Buenos días, aquí nos encontramos en la cocina del profesor Tanson. Aquí le vamos a mostrar parte de la cocina, ingrediente. Manos a la obra, profesor, empiece.
Hola. We're here today for our lesson called Kitchen Chemistry. And Maria already showed you some of the ingredients we're going to be using today. And the oven is ready. How about that? So we're just going to bust right in and start on these cookies. Flour. And then in the wet ingredients, we put the butter. I already softened up the butter with the microwave. Or you can just leave it out. You know, that's probably the best way to do it, but I never remember to do that because baking cookies is always a spontaneous kind of a thing. There we go. That's the butter. Now, you should have a beater. Most of you guys have a beater, but mine busted a long time ago, and I find that I just like mixing it up by hand, so that's what I do. And I think they taste just as good, maybe better. But it does take a little bit longer. But you're going to see this whole cookie thing is something you can actually do in a class period if you want, or less. First, you want to, again, good. I got a son who just, went away. He's 19. He just moved out to Colorado, and I like to send him stuff. I got a couple shirts for him, and I thought, I'll throw in some of these cookies because he used to really love these cookies. So maybe he'll miss me a little more if I send him some cookies. That's what parents do, They either send them cookies or try to make them feel guilty about not visiting, one of the two. And so I'm gonna go with the cookies. Whoops. No room for this one. Yeah, you can get room right there. Okay, and as you heard earlier when we first started, the oven is ready. So I'm gonna chuck these guys in here. 1, 2. And in 7 minutes, we'll have cookies. Okay, we're gonna start with disappearing ink. It's just baking soda and water. We just make an equal mixture of baking soda and water like this. Mix it up like that. And then we're gonna hide a couple messages on these pieces of paper, and we'll look at them later. Okay, because we gotta let it dry first. So this one takes a little bit of time. You'll see that. And then we'll go on with the next demonstration, which I used to call 7-Up and raisins, but now we're gonna call it LaCroix and raisins because, when you get to be an old guy, you can't drink that 7-Up anymore because it's too sweet. So we're just gonna put fill this bad boy up. See, you want to look right in there and drop some raisins in. See what happens. They're little submarines. They come up to the surface, and so go back down again. Try a few more. So it's a good one to get kids thinking about things lighter than water, and of course those air bubbles that form bring those little submarines up. All right, there we go. On to the next one. This next one's called Ketchup and Pennies. You'll see I have a bunch of crappy old pennies that I found in my change jar. Put a little ketchup on here. We'll do it like kind of, there we go. A little crazy there. And I'm just going to stick the pennies in partially. I'll take one, very rusty, and I'll stick them all the way in there. I'll use my pencil to make sure he's completely covered in ketchup that way. Okay. Otherwise, I'll just stick them in halfway because usually you get the best effect with a halfway stuck in. Now we're going to leave that one. You'll see that the raisins are still, you know, that can last you quite a long time. I want to check on them cookies. Oh, they're getting close. Yeah, almost another minute or so. Yeah. Okay, this one's called the baking soda and vinegar rocket. There's a million things you can do with baking soda and vinegar, obviously. This probably is my favorite. We're just gonna, what works best is a wine bottle, but for me, I got these olive oil bottles from a local olive oil guy here in town. And you put about equal amounts of vinegar and water in the bottle, and you wrap the baking soda in a paper towel like that. I'm gonna fold it up like this. It's a little bit much, but it'll work. You got to make a small enough thing so that you could fit it in the bottle. Now watch carefully. We're gonna have to get Maria to turn that camera out and put the old cork in there. Now, Maria,
Oh my God.
behind me. See, I know. See, so now I'm gonna shake it up. See, you can see in there the baking soda is still stuck in the towel and hasn't dropped into the vinegar yet. But when I do, we're gonna get that classic foaming reaction. Hopefully we'll get this cork to come flying out of our bottle.
Oh Dios.
Yeah. I know. Pretty exciting, huh? And hopefully you don't make too big a mess, because the vinegar, one time when I was doing this for a first grade class when my kids were little, I got the vinegar all over the teacher. Yeah, so you want to be careful with that. So notice how I got Maria to go behind me with the camera? Yeah. All right. There we go. That's the baking soda and vinegar rocket. Look at those raisins. They're still doing that. Okay. All right, we're going to put them on the old cooling paper over here. No? Okay. Maria, you didn't eat any of those while I was gone, did you? Okay, she winked at me. I don't know what that means. Cookies are done.
Finish the galletas, the cookie.
Completely, the cookies took us about 25 minutes. I'm gonna try this with Organic Valley half and half, which is probably a waste, but you know, I've heard this works better with half and half, and this is all I had. So I'm gonna put a little half and half in the bottom there, along with a couple of drops of food coloring. Oop, that should do it. Mix that up. And then, okay. So you could probably get some even more effects. I don't know. Let's see. Whoa. Look at that. What was it? Those raisins and LaCroix are still going at it. Been like 10 minutes now. Pennies and ketchup. I'm just gonna wash it off here and we'll see what happens, okay? Penny that we completely submerged in the ketchup. Here are the pennies that we put only partly in the ketchup. Hola, we still have to do the invisible ink thing. You see that? Can you read it? It says, Todd is cool. Well, here's the acid test, is it not? Oh, wait. Gotta have some milk.
Oh my.
Oh my gosh, that is so good. I'll be seeing you next week with the next video. Adios. Here we are in the kitchen, wishing you a very happy September 24th.